Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the study satellite that coloring right here. As you see right here is that I went ahead and drew a picture of like a satellite, and along with right here is planet Earth, and of course went ahead and colored in the details right here. You say this right here will be like, I think see here, Europe. It is I just drew what you call a few parts of, you say, of massive, say, of land right here that more likely that would be if it would be like the west part of, say, the planet is for planet Earth right here. But then of course that the way I drew this is that is talking about with technology, and is that you see here, go ahead and add see some blue right here. It's like if right here is that if this were like the Pacific Ocean, it's like if you had like Greenland, or say Ireland, see about right up there, that more likely that this would be like Europe, and then along with Spain, and then towards down part of the, say, south or west part of the, they say, say the planet is that you got, it's like Australia. It's like the normal stuff that you would see like on a map. It is, but anyway, that you have a satellite that is talking about with study satellite, is talking about with technology. And a lot of times we could probably think about is that the type of technology that we have and nowadays is that knowing about the type of satellite that would be used to operate our, say, our phones, and then of course our televisions, and a lot of times is that they would be going by what you call a radio antenna. It is like if the signal were to go out, then you would normally see like snow, like what you call a fuzzy screen. Would say no picture and no sound. It is. And of course, a lot of people probably think about is that that is like that's normally the type of stuff that you would see, what you call on like what you call the old style TVs. And nowadays, since like I said, since they got the HD television sets, that a lot of times is that that's usually what they talk about, is that that with the flat screens. I guess a lot of times with most electronic stores nowadays, that they have it to where that you can buy, as you say, is the flat screens. The flat screens that are like what you call, say, a picture that they have like what you call a different type of a microchip inside there that get what you call either a good picture and good quality sound. It is. A lot of people probably think about it as like a good way to maybe to watch the Super Bowl Sunday game or something like that. But other than that, is talking about with wireless companies, like with like a few companies, the telephone companies, or it could be maybe cable companies or something, that more like pharmacies that they would operate, is by like with the internet nowadays. Is like if it were a laptop, it's like a PC. It's like your home PC. And with technology nowadays, is like, I'm sure that a lot of it quite a bit has advanced. And of course, parents talked about this the other day about technology, as that so far as moving forward with technology, it is when we begin to wonder about moving forward with technology, is knowing about, is like between a power plant. It's like knowing about how electricity is generated. It is that between, it's like maybe a power plant that would be able to control about maybe see here about maybe about see 30 to 40,000 volts of electricity. It is to be able to power any number of houses. It is. But other than that you have right here is like with the study satellite, is knowing about like between, it's like with the power plant right here, is like knowing about control electricity. But then of course it is that with the satellite, is knowing about, it's like a type of satellite that would work where it would nowadays that more likely use a service tower. It is. But ideas that I could think about, of course I can go on for several minutes about that. But other than that, what I would think about with most technology is that with the service towers, it is one service tower that would get a range at about within about 300 or 400 miles, maybe 1,000 miles, between each other. If it was what you call a few of them that they have, see maybe around the city limits it is, and then of course out all along the interstate highways that you may see them. But I guess nowadays that's the technology that I guess that they use nowadays. It is they may have something that operates on satellites. Of course nowadays that they would have them, but then of course they probably say they're expensive, and there's probably a lot of people out there that may have to rely on what you call a cell phone, or what you call any type of tech. It is that any type of a device related, maybe if it's a graphic calculator, or any type of what you call a magnifying glass, maybe a magnifying glass that they would like to what you call maybe have glow features. It's like if in case of the power were to go out, or in case of a power failure, they have it to where something that generates it's like that by its own manufacture. It is by electricity. It is give out its own light. It is, but other than that really about how it's made. But other than that you got right here is that with the service tower it is. But then I was thinking that maybe the next technology is what my parents were wondering about, is that the parents or aunts or uncles, any other family member, it is that you have it to where that they would want to know about what we think that maybe the next technology is going to be. Which I don't know, maybe the president may be asking. It's like what we think that maybe the next technology would be, and more likely that they probably say it more likely already exist. That we just and I guess not everybody's using it. That more likely companies say want to kind of invest their own technology and their own way. It is, but other than that, I was thinking about it's either satellite, or it could be what you call something related to. It's like is that maybe something kind of like this, that only that you would have it to where that it would be like a device like this that will be maybe mounted into like say a box or anything like that, like a microchip sensor that you could be able to put it anywhere where you can reach satellites. But I was thinking either that, or it could be something related to like a satellite. Nowadays a satellite would be measured at about I think 40 feet, 40 by 50, by 40 feet in length it is. So that I guess that would equal to about maybe 5 diesel trucks. It is. See if you're 5, say 8-wheelers, it is about maybe about 5 of them just to equal a full satellite. And then maybe I'm talking about the future of technology here, and maybe in the next 50 years from now, satellites would be at about maybe about this size right here. I don't know about maybe having a laser. It's like on the directions right here. This this Rido pen that has it right here. It's like it's like in small print. It is that it's like not recommended for any children. It's like under the age of 18, and then of course it also says, let's see here, that to produce the product that applies. Say it's in the kind of in small handwriting here, but they got like danger symbol right here. But basically is that it's got a flashlight, of course, also. But anyway, that you have right here was studied by technology. Is known about it. Of course, it uses batteries. I'm sure there's probably people think about is there something that works kind of like this, that that only is not going to work. Have to rely on batteries. Maybe get its power just by, we say, maybe on a built-in power generator, and then along with knowing about is that study about really about how it works. It is about how it writes, and then of course if it transfers colors, transfers colors. But anyway, that more likely you could probably think about is that really that there may be plenty of ways to how to spend money. It is, but then of course if there's plenty of ways of ideas to think about, is that I guess we could say that every American more likely would have would you say that purpose of knowing about thinking about the next generation and the next step of in technology it is. And one of those steps, of course, is sticking